Welcome to Rare Earth Entertainment's REE-View. Rare Earth Entertainment's REE-View is brought to you by Rare Earth Entertainment, maker of The Entertainer, the only piece of home entertainment equipment you'll ever need. MKV, MV4, FLAC, it doesn't matter. The Entertainer can play it. Please visit our online store at rareearthentertainment.com. That's all one word, rareearthentertainment.com. Hello, my name is J. Anthony Gadsby, and this week's review, Toby Keith's Drinks After Work, the Deluxe Edition. This week I listened to James Blunt's Moon Landing and followed it up with a few tracks from Eminem's The Marshall Mathers LP2. Maybe it's because I'm getting over the flu, or maybe it's because I'm getting over the 20th century, but I couldn't power my way through Eminem's album. And I had nothing to say about Blunt's. Neither of these things should be taken as or in lieu of a review. I might review one of them next week, or I might not. It's good to be king. Toby Keith, well, he would agree. So that's who I'm reviewing this week, or more specifically, Toby Keith's Drinks After Work, the Deluxe Edition. So, what should I say about Toby Keith? Notice I said should, not could. Politically, somewhere to the right of the John Birch Society, Keith has spent the last decade of his 20-year recording career as the Red State poster boy. And that's part of his charm. He knows who he is, who his audience is, and he doesn't pander to outsiders by jumping on any passing trend. In short, Drinks After Work is a country, not a pop album. And Keith is a country, not a crossover artist. Keith wrote or co-wrote 11 of the 13 tracks, which is pretty good for a country album. It's interesting how few artists write the bulk of their own work. Cassidy Pope, whose album I reviewed last week, wrote only 5 out of her 11 tracks, and she's considered a phenomenon nowadays. So, what are this album's highlights? It depends on your mood. If you're into feeling nostalgic, Before We Knew We Were Good is your song. You want a funny breakup song? Whole lot more than that. To be honest, I can recommend 12 out of 13 tracks. The only exception being his rendition, and I use the term rendition in its military fashion, of Margaritaville with Sammy Hagar. I feel bad for Hagar. It just shows what you can be forced to do after a few years of walking around with a "will degrade my talent for food" sign. And I thought Van Halen, nah, let's not get into that. Let's keep the past and wish him well. So, what should you do with Drinks After Work? Should you buy it, steal it, or simply forget it? I say buy it, because it's fun. Everyone should have some albums that are simply fun. Well, that's it for this week. I'll be back next Sunday with an all-new episode. Until then, Mr. Keith, take it away.
Sitting in a bar, boozing, losing. Some jack-off walks up, cruising for a bruising, popping off and making my old redneck red. He asked my girl if she'd like to dance. He had 3 buddies, so I had no chance. I looked around the room for a friend, and I saw Fred. A quick evaluation of the situation, we entered into a conversation that seemed to last the better part of the next 2 songs. Now, I didn't say and they didn't ask, but Fred did 2 tours over in Iraq, and son, it was over before it was even submarine.